Good morning, friends. Hope you guys are doing well. Feel like I have not talked to you guys in forever, but I feel like I go like a week or two without making videos before I can catch up. I have had multiple people to do, and I have been working on so much stuff. And then, of course, like work also kind of takes up as well. So I am just drinking some tea this morning. This is jasmine green tea pearls. I actually ran out of coffee, which I felt like was the perfect timing to start working on that goal to start drinking tea in the morning. I honestly feel like so much better when I drink tea in the morning, but for some reason, I think a lot of it being that like I just get so caught up in like the stress and like the need for like caffeine. Um, I feel like this is perfect because like green tea has caffeine in it, but it's like not an overload. So like we're gonna like just see how this goes. And honestly, so far it really hasn't been that bad. I mean, tell me in the comments how many of you guys have off on Monday. I have off on Monday, which is super exciting. I want to use that time to try to catch up on schoolwork, but I also think I will probably try to make a video. I am excited for that, to just be really like just trying to like take some time to breathe because I feel like I have not had a lot of time to do that. It had just felt like one thing after another, whether it's doing schoolwork or whether it's doing work. I have a research paper due, like a rough draft of a research paper due in a couple of weeks, and then like the final will be due a few weeks later, but that's been interesting too, trying to find 10 references at least. It's been insane. And then I so for group counseling, I actually have to lead group this week, and that's so cool. I'm actually kind of excited about that. I decided I am the only person who's on the school counseling track in my group, so I decided to be a little funny and have the icebreaker be more like school counseling related or like something a little bit more like kid related, where like I took like something that my boss had done with the kids, and although she did it related to Arctic animals, I am going to turn it into like strength and growth. And so I'm really excited to see their like faces and to see like just their like what they think. I feel like some of them are gonna be a little bit like, where did this come from? But I mean, at the same time, I think this gets me the opportunity to really show what I love and what I enjoy doing. Because as much as I love mental health, I also love kids. And so I want to be able to bring that into the group. And so I think this is my opportunity to do that. And I'm going to use it as the icebreaker, but then like the more like mental health activity will be like writing up with a Sharpie like a strength or a growth on a rock, which I feel like that kind of like you can do that in a like more like mental health setting too. Like I mean, so I did have to buy some stuff for group, which was fine. I mean, I tried to stick to Dollar Tree or Walmart, go to the cheaper places, but I was able to get my boss to like help me with figuring out like where she got the activity that she did. Cause it was obvious that it wasn't something she like came up with, that it was something she found and then like, I guess either paid for or either like downloaded so that I could, and so I like wanted to do that. I was just determined. So, whew. I like actually woke up at like 4 o'clock this morning and then ended up going back to sleep. So very interesting. I know it's like a very interesting morning. I'm just like in my pajamas, but you know what? Gotta do that sometime. I will probably start getting ready for the day soon, have some breakfast. I honestly have no idea what I'm gonna have for breakfast because I just feel like there's not much I like really care for. I'm out of bagels. I'm trying to decide if I want to get more bagels. I have been using that app, Fetch, to like keep track of all my receipts, and like you get points for each like receipt that you like submit. And I noticed that like one of the things that I can get points on is one of the things I can get points on is the I can buy like two more of the Thomas bagels. Yeah, is the two more of the Thomas bagels. I don't know if you guys can see that. Here it is. There we go. Two more of the Thomas bagels, and you get 550 points. And so I'm trying to decide if I want to go ahead and like do that or if I just want to. I also have some bananas I need to use up. But I could like what I could do is have like the banana bread and switch off, or just get like one thing that I also really like. I personally have been all about like just trying to do things like, tofu scramble, bagels, a lot of like your basics lately because it just feels cheaper in the long run than doing a lot of those other aspects. And then really spending my money like the more expensive things are those things that like I feel like are important to me, like loose leaf tea or whatever it might be. And so I might do it and just like maybe freeze them because then I'll have breakfast for next week and that would actually work out well. Plus I find that I kind of have a tendency to run out of breakfast by like Friday and or even Saturday, and then I'm just like, well, what am I gonna have for breakfast for this morning? And I know that if I don't have breakfast Sunday morning, then I'm like starving by the time it's time for lunch. I have also been trying to read more books, like on the days that I don't have classes. So, like, shut the TV off at like 7 o'clock and then just read my Kindle. I have been really trying to use my Overdrive app to borrow books from the library. I was reading this one book about like overthinking, but I don't know, I wasn't getting into it, and I don't know if it's because maybe like try to read it in the summer when I'm like not taking as like my classes aren't as like intense because in the summer my classes are only 5 weeks, so it's like I kind of have a little bit more like leeway to just like focus on the class and then bam, it's done. Whereas right now I've just been kind of like feeling that like, just like ready to just push through it. Like, but at the same time though, I love doing the counseling program because I feel like it's a nice outlet for me and it also has given me like a sense of community that I just have been missing. And so I really do like love it. And like I even will like go like in stores sometimes and like I'll like be like, dude, that totally makes me think of like so and so. Or like I have a friend in my counseling program who like we have to learn a new skill for lifespan development class, and one of the people is working on learning sign language, and so now I've made it a goal to like every time I see them try to sign something to them and like see if they know what it is. And like it's just fun for me because like it's just fun, like you develop like friendships with them, and like even if you're not like super close friends with them, it's like a different type of community. And I like feel like I've definitely had a better experience like in my grad program than I ever did in my undergrad program. Um, but anyways, my the book that I am current like I was reading this the overthinking book, but I decided to return it and just wanted a more like, mindless book where I could get into it and like just enjoy it. And so I decided I had watched a YouTube video by Morgan Long, and she was reading the series Nevermore, and I decided to go ahead and start the first book of that. So I will be starting that probably tonight, and we'll see how that goes. Um, I just wanted something different. I've also been starting a puzzle, and this puzzle I actually want to Mod Podge when I finish it and hang it up somewhere. I'm not really sure where yet, but I would like to hang it up. Um, so I feel like I got all the ends, and now it's like trying to just get the middle. So gotta do that. The nice thing is I have a friend who she really likes to do puzzles too, so like that would really maybe like she can help me one day. I don't know what I'll do besides like just gotta get grocery shopping done today and um yeah, of course I'll like I don't know, that's basically my like stuff today. I did laundry yesterday and stopped by a couple of places. I honestly like I'm trying not to do a lot of schoolwork today, and then like yesterday I didn't want to focus on schoolwork because I just wanted to allow myself a couple days to just like be like turn my brain off from school because I feel like my brain is just like we need a break. I might try to work on some stuff today, but I'm at that point where I'm just like since I have Monday off from work and my class is canceled because like she wants us to work on this training, which I've already finished the training, so I don't even have to worry about that. I am like I just really want to use Monday as my day to catch up on like work on schoolwork. Like and I will just like get up early, I will go to the library and like just sit there and work on stuff because I just am like I needed a couple of days off to just allow myself to take a breather. And I like knew I had a couple of places I wanted to go. And then I also had to do some shopping for the group um project that I'm gonna be doing. So it was like I just didn't wanna stress. So I will see you guys in a little bit when I have breakfast. I'm gonna finish my first cup of tea and probably drink the rest of it as well. And see you guys later. Bye. I am back. I am still working on that tea. I am trying to decide what I want for breakfast. Do I want like just peanut butter toast and um I am planning on making banana bread. I have 4 bananas that are going bad. And so I want to make sure to make banana bread today. And so, but I don't have enough time to do it right now because I should be getting picked up by like 9:40. So I just don't want to take the chances of trying to make it this morning. Um, I don't know. Do I have like peanut butter toast or like do I do something else? Me and I have like the protein bars, which I normally just try to eat those for lunch. Um, I don't know, for some reason those tend to like be my like go-to for um lunches when I have to work all day. And I try to also have like some sort of fruit just so that then I'm like making sure I'm still having some fiber. Um and then I don't know. Do you guys ever get like that where it's just like I don't like normally I have like a plan like where like this is what I'm gonna have for breakfast like the for the week, and that's like how I go into grocery shopping. But I feel like I just don't know. Like I'm out of obvious. Like I was eating bagels every day, but I'm out of bagels, so now I just feel so like, oh, what do I have? And so I like don't know what to do. I just feel so stuck. I am obviously like I have like short sleeves on. I am going to wear some sort of sweater and I have leggings on. Um I'm thinking I'm just gonna wear like a shawl. I don't feel like I just don't feel like wearing something super heavy because it's still supposed to be like 60 degrees. And so to me, like that's still pretty like warm. And so I feel like 60 degrees, like okay, like I could probably just wear like a shawl with that weather. And I mean, plus I have leggings on to keep me warm. And I just like, I don't know, I didn't want to wear like, I've been wearing sweaters like all week. And like, then some days I'm wearing a sweater and then it turns out to be like warmer. Or either I'm like wishing I hadn't worn a sweater. So I'm like, let's like just kind of like be like a little bit more mindful about what I'm wearing today. So yeah, I guess we'll just have peanut butter toast. I don't know. Ah, hate that feeling. I've also been working on, so one thing you guys probably don't know about me is that I actually write poetry. I actually entered a poem into the local art museum that is located here in my town. And for March, because they're doing a National Disability Association, and like they're basically doing like an event for that for like the entire month of March. And I entered a poem into it, and like I even got asked if I wanted to write it on the wall or if I just wanted them to like, print it out and then like put it in a picture frame. So I did kind of like ask though, like, if I write it on the wall, like, when the event ends, like how does that work? Because I guess my thing is like I would love to be able to like have that copy to like keep for myself. Like I mean if someone wants to buy it, like okay. Um, but I still like, I want to make sure I know like so I'm not going to be able to go to the open house because I'm so bummed about it, but it's like I have class on the day of the open house, which is so upsetting because I really would have loved to have gone to the open house. Um, and so I actually will probably just have to go like sometime on my free time to go and like just take a picture of myself with like my poem posted, because I really like I am so proud of myself for like this was something I really wanted to do. And I made my mom like send me all of the flash drive because I like try to put all my poems on flash drive so that then like I don't ever lose them. And so I really wanted to try to make sure to like I want to make sure to get like a picture of myself with it. And so I am very like bummed about not being able to be at the open house, but I am actually trying to go through all of my like previous books from when I like used to write poetry when I was a kid. And I've also been like I've been getting a lot more into writing poetry. I think it's just become an outlet for me again. And like I feel like, kind of like that whole like once you are a writer, you never like really stop being a writer. You just sometimes take breaks. And like I know for me a lot of the biggest thing for me was once I started undergrad and was trying to get my bachelor's degree, I really struggled to like I just felt like I had no time for writing, and like I stopped writing. And I like always wish I could have like if I could go back, I probably would do an English major and like focus on creative writing. That would be my thing. It's like I really I miss that. Like it's been amazing for me to actually be able to have that part of myself back. And so I have just been typing up all my old poems. Some of them I'm not, but a lot of the ones that I'm not typing up are the ones that I'm just like, I don't, you know what? Like those are just never going to be seen. I always wanted to be a writer, so it's kind of funny, but I feel like I'm talking a lot, but I also feel like I haven't seen you guys in forever. So, yeah. I am finally dressed. I just need to. I'm gonna get something for breakfast, and I will see you guys in a little bit. I literally do not have a lot to get from the grocery store because I have most everything I need. I am planning on doing spaghetti for this week. I am planning on doing. I also want to get some more salad stuff. So for the most part, I really don't need a lot because I already have all the spaghetti stuff I need. I just need to get salad stuff and some chips, and then I wanted to get, like look at like some ideas for like healthy desserts because I've just been really craving like dessert, and I'm almost out of dates and peanut butter have been like my go-to for healthy dessert. My other big like dessert thing I've been into is that evil like lesser than evil popcorn, and then like mix in like some chocolate almond And that's been like my go-to for like my break snack during classes. So I also like that, but I like to save that one specifically for like to take 2 classes. And so I will probably try to figure out another option as well. I'm just trying to like look around, figure out what there is. So we'll see. I don't know. I really don't have a lot. So we'll see. If you guys have any ideas of like sustainable colored pencil sharpeners, please let me know in the comments. I brought like a 100 pack of Crayola colored pencils, and like we're gonna use them. I'm gonna use them for my group counseling when I lead group this week. But I obviously am gonna keep them for myself and I had been wanting to get some colored pencils for myself, and I am so stuck on what to get for a colored pencil sharpener. I think what really bothers me is like a lot of the colored pencil sharpeners are either electric or battery powered. I don't want one of those. Even if I don't have enough outlets for like an electric one, and like batteries are just not like sustainable. I really try to like always keep a bag of like things that I need to get rid of, like that are like electronics or batteries, to donate to like a place like the office stores, or Staples, because they can actually like recycle that. And so those are like things that are important to me. So I don't really know what I'll do. I would really like to get one that is actually like eco-friendly, and I have been looking at a couple that are eco-friendly, but the biggest thing for me is like I would eventually like to get jumbo colored pencils. I see them all the time at my work, and like the inner child in me like really wants them. So yeah, let me know in the comments, what are your favorites? What are your suggestions? If you have them, please let me know. Hey guys, I decided to go with the peanut butter toast. And then I've been trying to get through all my apples. I had one go bad and had to throw that one away. But otherwise, like, amazingly, apples last like forever. So that is like the one reason why I've been buying them. I've also been trying to focus on buying the apples that are on sale, if possible. So like these are Gala apples, not my favorite, but they were on sale. My favorite are Granny Smith, but they're not always on sale. I try to go for like what's on sale or what like it's having like the deal. That way I feel like I'm actually like saving some money. So I'm listening to a podcast right now. I decided to catch up on Green Junkie. She is like a sustainable podcast where she just talks about different ways to be zero waste or more sustainable and different like environmental issues. I honestly haven't I feel like ever since I started grad school and am trying to work, I haven't been trying to focus on being as sustainable, because I've been so like, when do I even have time to worry about that? But I like posted in a group that I have followed for a really long time, and just was asking them like, how do you guys like budget and like, maintain even being sustainable? And like they gave me like some great suggestions and great ideas of like how to like kind of focus on being small, and like, because I think a lot of times I'm like that person who is like, all right, I'm ready to go big, and like I gotta like, be like, let's take small steps to be sustainable. And I know right now I'm trying to declutter a little bit, like just figure out like, what am I not using? What do I not really need? Like, what am I not wearing? Like, and just like declutter some because, you know, and I feel like I'm always doing that because it's like I just don't realize how much I am consuming by being like, especially because, and I'm having to make sure to budget more every month, especially because groceries and things have gotten so expensive. And I am so ready for the farmers market to come back because a lot of the things that I would buy at the farmers market, I'm buying at the grocery store. And so I'm so ready for the farmers market to come back because I really miss like the prices of the farmers market versus the grocery store. And they were one of the ways I feel like I was especially saving some money, but also being more sustainable because I was supporting small businesses and small shop owners. And honestly, they were also a great community to be around. I used to do the farmers market for a little bit, and I've been debating about if I want to do it this summer. I've been asked if I want to do it, and I don't know yet. Part of me is like, oh, I want to take 4 classes this summer, and then part of me is like, do I really want to do that? Like, am I really like sure I want to do that? Like, I don't know. I feel like part of me is like, yeah, like I think I want to take 4, but I think it's more the I want to get it out of the way and just like not have to stress about it. But I think I gotta just keep the mindset of like, do what's best for me, think about my mental health, and really like those aspects. Like, what is gonna be the best for me mentally, and those aspects, especially because I'll still be working. So I gotta think about what is gonna be healthy for me mentally. Um, you know, is 4 classes really gonna be giving me enough of a break? Because I'm still gonna have to take at least 2 classes. And I know for my school counseling track, they want us to take a specific school counseling class this summer. And so I'm like, okay, got to take that class and also got to take the 2 classes that I'm required to take that are like the research and ethics. So I'm like, okay, so I know I got to at least take 3 classes. So do I really want to add a 4th class or not? Do you guys have any favorite podcasters or like YouTubers that you like? I personally, my favorite podcasters right now are probably the Hot Mess Express. She also does like bored teachers. Um, but I like listening to her because I feel like she just really gets me in a good mindset for work. And honestly, she kind of reminds me that like it's okay that I'm not perfect when it comes to work. It's okay that like, maybe that one kid like that you want to do good with, yet maybe like that kid and you just don't connect. Like I love her. Like she's just so great. I honestly would love to have like a sweatshirt with like her podcast on it, but she doesn't have. I don't think she has any merch yet, and I wish she would. Because she just is like the inspiration for me to remind me that like it's okay. Like stop stressing yourself out. I I feel like she's someone I would listen to even as a school counselor when I'm down the road, just for the sake of I may not be a teacher when I'm a school counselor, but you're still teaching because you're teaching about like social, emotional, and academic and career. So it's like you're still giving those students skills that they need down the road. And sometimes you're even like you're helping teachers and staff and administration. So it's like you are still teaching in some ways. And like I honestly have just started listening to Green Junkie again because like I just need some like I want to be more sustainable and I haven't been feeling like I haven't liked that I haven't been being sustainable, and so I need that like inspiration of like how can I be more sustainable without like breaking the budget and without feeling like it's impossible. I hate that I haven't been able to compost, and
So that's been something I've been having to like figure out. I mean, right now I just haven't been composting at all. I was taking my compost to my work last year, but I also had a different boss, and my boss this year I don't think really cares about it as much, and that's okay. Like, not everybody is big on like sustainability. Um so I am just hoping to like figure out like another way to be sustainable, like other ways I can like impact the environment. I saw like one video about how like um they like put their compost in buckets and then put like lids on top of the buckets, and I was like very interested in that possibility. Like, could I do that? Because that like seems like a very like easy way to do it, and then I could just like eventually just dump all the compost at a community garden that is located in the community, because right now I don't know like where to like take my compost. But it's like if I could just hold on to my compost for a while and then then eventually like take my compost to a community garden, that would be great. So yeah, these apples are obviously like getting really gross, but that's why I'm trying to eat them up, putting them in salads, whatever. So I am going to Mexican today for lunch, and that will be good. I can't decide if I just want to get like what I normally get or if I want to just get a taco salad. Like, I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm probably gonna want to get like a taco salad or something more like vegetable related, because I don't plan to have, like, my thought is that I'm planning on having something not as healthy for dinner, and so maybe I might want to do something that has some vegetables in it for lunch. So I don't know. I will see you guys in a little bit. If you have any book suggestions, let me know in the comments. I have been really into reading just different books. Like, I mean, like, I literally read Ella Enchanted, which, like, I know that's, like, probably the weirdest thing, but honestly, I just have been wanting to read, like, different books that are, like, I read, The Cottage Fairy Companion, which, like, I know if you have watched my most recent video, I know I talked about that, and I really liked that book. It made me cry a lot, but it was a good book. And then after that book, I read Ella Enchanted, but I just needed like a mindless book, and that was just such a fun book to read. And like it had the fairies and the ogres and the elves, and so it was just really fun in that sense. So now I'm gonna try to read the Nevermore series. I'm interested to see if this is any good. But we'll see. Let me know if you have any book suggestions. I'm gonna be honest, I don't want a lot of like love romance books. Like, that used to be me as a kid, was to be really into that stuff, but I feel like lately I'm just so much more into like the fairies and the witches, and also into like more like even just rereading old books, like, you know, just for fun. Especially when like you are not only teaching and also doing like grad school. Sometimes you just need like something that like turns your brain off from everything you're doing and takes you into something else. So I will see you guys in a little bit, and hope you guys are doing well. Bye. Hello, friends. Hope you guys are having a good day. I am back. I have done my grocery shopping. I did get a couple of things that was not on my list, but mainly just like essentials, like, vegan butter, because I realized that I was out of vegan butter, so might as well just get that too. So now I am making the banana bread, so I don't forget about that. Because I didn't end up getting those bagels that I was talking about. So I am just making that. And so we are gonna go ahead and put the flour, and I'm trying to use up. I, for some reason, seem to forget that I have flour, but I also I wasn't baking a lot, and then now, like, I've been baking a lot more, and maybe part of it is because I'm trying to, like, not waste things, and maybe that's part of it, too, is that I'm, like, trying to, like, not waste things as much, and so I've just been baking more. I also feel like because I've been trying to kind of like go back to the more essential, like the basic things, like the bagels and the toast and everything. Sometimes I'm wanting to spice it up a little bit by having banana bread or muffins, and so I think that's another reason why I've been baking some over the weekend to try to have something different for the week. And so first we need to do, it says to sift the flour, and like, you tell me in the comments, do you do that? Because I personally am just not big on that. I just am like whatever about it. So it says I'm gonna just do 1.5 cups. That is what it calls for, and I have exactly the right amount of bananas. So I made sure to even eat a banana yesterday so that I would have exactly the right amount. So it calls for 1.5 cups, so we're just gonna put that there. I have a lot of dishes to put away, so that's fun. Alright, so next we just need to do the baking powder, baking soda, and nutmeg, and then salt, and then set aside. So the baking powder, you do 1.5 teaspoons. I feel like I don't have a lot of room right now, but to like move around and everything, but I also just have been trying to wash up dishes and everything. One thing I really should do when I like cook on camera is actually try to have more of this like already prepared, but I don't tend to do that. But I just also tend to like not I don't tend to like I feel like I don't tend to cook on camera very often because I feel like I don't focus well. So that is why I just have a tendency to not do it. But I wanted to make sure to finish this video for Monday. So, and then I also wanted to make sure to get this stuff done. So baking soda is 1/2 teaspoon. And then just a pinch of nutmeg and some salt. Gotta find the nutmeg if I can find it. There we go. Alright. So now we're just setting that aside. And then in a separate bowl you mash the bananas. Look how yucky these bananas look. I'm gonna get all the stickers off. I actually am going to, so I actually talked to someone at my So I do go to church. I talked to someone at my church who has chicken, and I asked if they compost because I was just very curious about it. And I am working on like setting up getting eggs from them, not for me, but for a friend of mine who is gluten free, and she's just been stressed out about like, you know, she's very limited in what she can eat, and so, and it's like just like it's pricey sometimes to be vegan, it can be pricey to be gluten free, especially if you have like celiac. And so I went ahead and talked with them about, you know, getting the egg, but I particularly talked about the compost, and so they are actually willing to take my compost and then like probably give me something in return, like whether it just be like soil, since I talked about how like I would like to eventually have a garden, and particularly like that was something I wanted to do since I moved in here and then just haven't really been able to do. And so that I honestly am gonna wash my composting, and I am gonna figure out where I can put it in my kitchen to start collecting my compost. If it starts smelling, then I might put it outside, but for now I am thinking we are going to keep it inside. And I have like, it comes with those little charcoal things. I took them out so that I can wash my compost thing, but it comes with the charcoal things, which are supposed to help with the smell. So that should be helpful. I'm excited for that just because I hate not composting, and it just is a big, like, it really bothers me, and I like really would like to feel better about like not composting. So this makes me feel better for sure. And plus, like, it works because I go to church every Sunday, unless like I go visit my family, and so that actually works out really well. So, and he even, man, the person I talked to had like all sorts of like suggestions of things that like might be a good idea for like an apartment, which like some things I hadn't even heard of, which I was like, man, that's interesting. So I will be interested to get more links to that. Just kind of peeling all these bananas. Did you know that like I want to know something. Like, tell me in the comments, are you a person who peels from the top, or do you peel from the bottom when you eat bananas? If you eat bananas, because I know there are definitely those people out there who like they hate bananas all around. I would really like to know, because my boss actually peels from the bottom, and like she's the first person I've ever met who does it, and so I had never known someone who does that. So like now, ever since she taught some of the kids about it, if they want me to peel the banana, I like am trying to make sure to peel from the bottom, because they're so like, now their kids are so particular about it too, and I'm like, I gotta make sure I peel from the bottom, and like, but I always peel from the top. I just would love your like thought on that. Like, are you a peeler of the bottom, or are you a peeler of the top if you eat bananas? I'm just like kind of trying to smush these bananas. I personally don't care if they are like not super smushed. And because I put them in the fridge so they wouldn't like completely go bad, they're not like super, super terrible. Which I'm glad about. Alright, now you add the sugar and the oil to the bananas. So, a 1/3 cup of coconut sugar, which I love coconut sugar. I actually sometimes think it's better than regular sugar. Oh, gotta find that 1/3 cup, man. What happened to it? I think I am going to finish this up, and then I will show you the end piece.
Okay, guys, so here's the banana bread. I know there's like flour on top and stuff. Something about this recipe, it doesn't mix the way it should, but I like this recipe, so I just have kept making it. But I do feel like maybe I need to find a recipe that like it mixes better, or even just add some milk. I feel like that would probably be the best thing, because it doesn't even have in the recipe to add like, you know, this many cups of milk or whatever. And I feel like it could use some milk because it just seems like it doesn't mix well otherwise. But I like that it gets so thick and everything. So it's like you can see that it like actually did come together. It's just, you know, this extra flour. So, oh well. I mean, honestly, it doesn't bother me. I still eat it, and I'll like even put peanut butter on it. And so it works. So did that. Just watching a movie now, trying to decide what I want to do for dinner. And that's about it.